So hello, what's good people? It's Jonathan, known as Pastor J. I've said many times, even on like Facebook comments and stuff like that, that Christianity is exclusive. Now that sounds a bit biased. Anyone that's in a religion or follows a religion or a faith would believe it's exclusive. I mean, you wouldn't not believe that it isn't. So what makes me say that? Why would I say Christianity is exclusive? Surely I'm being biased. Well, I think, first of all, it's very important to understand what love is. Now, we believe as Christians that God is love. We believe that very much. God is love. Now, most religions that believe in God, or a theistic religion, would believe that God is love. So I don't think that's exclusive. Most religions, anyone that believes in a God, would believe that God is loving. But what's key for me is love is, it has to be acted out, it has to be demonstrated, it has to be shown. Anyone can say that God is love, or anyone can say something is love, but just by saying it alone is not enough. Love has to be acted out, it has to be demonstrated. And so when I, as a Christian, look at my faith, I look at, okay, God is love, I get that. But then I also look at how is it demonstrated? How is this love acted out? It's no good me just saying, you know, God is love and being happy with that. If you believe God is love, what makes you think God is love? And so this is where I would say Christianity is exclusive. It's why I am a Christian. There's something there that makes wonderful sense to me. Now, how is love then acted out? Imagine somebody dying on a deathbed, a child maybe, or a young person. Let's say they've got cancer. And you tell them that God is love. How does that really impact that person? They're dying. They're young. They've got all their years ahead of them. Are they going to believe you? They may believe you, but they might find it very hard to believe that God is love. They're looking at their situation. They're looking at what's going on around them. Death is around the corner. How is God love? So again, Christianity, why do I believe it's exclusive? It's the way love has been acted out and demonstrated and shown. Love is sacrificial. Real love, true love is sacrificial. It's not free. People say love is free. Well, not really. Love generally comes at a cost. It comes at a price, and the price is usually sacrifice. Anyone that's married, anyone that's been married for a long time, for a long period of time, will know how they got through their difficult times and challenges. It was by love, and it was acted out by sacrifice. Sometimes we use the word compromise. It can be compromise. That's not always, that word's sometimes not used the right way or understood the right way. But let's be honest, it's sacrifice. What I find interesting about the Bible, when it talks about marriage, it says that the wife is to submit to the husband. That is a sacrifice. We don't like that word submit. It has a lot of negative connotations. But actually sacrifice, that's what submission is, it's sacrifice. But for you women who don't want to submit, that is not the hardest part really. The Bible also tells the man to love his wife as Christ loves the church. And to understand that, you need to understand how does Christ love the church? Well, Christ died for the church. That was the sacrifice. And that is how a man is to love his wife. The sacrifice is high. It's your life. So the wife sacrifices, she submits to her loving husband, and the husband loves his wife as the same way that Christ loved the church. So my point is that love is sacrificial. Love comes at a cost, at a price. Now, let's go back to this. God is love. But what's the sacrifice? What's the cost of this love? Well, with Christianity, this is why it's exclusive, because we have that demonstrated with sacrifice. Yes, Jesus came into the world. God sent his son, Jesus, into the world. God became man, human being. We call that God incarnate. God became flesh, person. Jesus was born, he lived, did his ministry, but he died. He was crucified. Now, what was the crucifixion for? What was that for? Well, Jesus was claiming to be God. That was a problem. That was blasphemy to the religious leaders of the time. But also, Jesus, we know, had to die for sinners. And who are the sinners? Me and you, everyone. We all sin. The Bible tells us if we don't sin, the truth is not in us. We're liars. And we're calling God a liar also. So Jesus died for sinners. He died for you and me. From the lying that we've all done, lust, stealing, all the way up to the rapists and the paedophiles. All of it is sin. And Jesus died for us. That is true sacrifice. Someone dying for you. Now, I know many people that would die for their loved one. I know parents who would die, who would sacrifice their life for their children. If you saw your child drowning in a pool, in a lake, even though you couldn't swim, you would still jump in and save them. Sacrifice your life, so to speak, to save your child. Because we love our children. Well, that analogy is okay when you think about Jesus dying for us. But it goes even beyond that. Because would you die for a thief? Would you die for a criminal? Would you die for a paedophile? Would you die for a rapist? Most of us would say no. Hell no. We wouldn't die for such people. Well, Jesus died for sinners. All of the above. He died for people who do not deserve dying for. Why do I say Christianity is exclusive? Why am I a Christian myself? Because one, I believe that God is love, but two, that love has been acted out, has been demonstrated through Jesus Christ. That is what shows me what real love is. And it wasn't just done for good people, it was done for sinners like me and you, for people who do not deserve salvation. Jesus died, but he rose again, and in him we can have life. But it's the sacrifice of that love. That's what I see in Christianity. That's what makes Christianity exclusive. What takes away my sin? What religion takes away and deals with the issue of sin and the wrong things that we do? When we go against God, when we trespass against God, when we violate and break the law. What takes away our sin? We need a savior. We need to be saved. We don't deserve it, but that's what we need. And it's in Jesus Christ that I see a sacrifice made. That's how I can. That's what validates God's love for you and me. That's why I go with Christianity, because somebody who was holy and pure, Jesus Christ, died for someone who was sinful like me. And so I see the act of love really, really demonstrated in this way. So I hope that helps you to understand something about Christianity, what we believe and why we believe it, and why I would say Christianity is the truth. Everybody believes they have the truth, but there can only really be one truth, because that's what truth is. Truth is saying that not everything else is right. If the sky is blue, it cannot be black, or it cannot be yellow. It can only be one or the other. If something is absolute, it can only be one or the other. And that's what truth is. Truth is saying this is absolute, and whatever else goes against it or opposes it is not true. So I'm saying Christianity is true. Jesus himself said he's the way, the truth, and the life. And you have to look at it this way. Either he's lying, or he's telling the truth, or he's just delusional. And there's no evidence of Jesus being delusional in the Bible, not one bit. But Jesus, you see him as faithful, you see him as honest, you see him as true. So when he makes that statement, I believe that to be true. Anyway, that's my comment for today. I hope that blesses you. This is Pastor Jay. Get your mind open and think very carefully about these things and these issues. Stay blessed. Bye.